What is your name, your pronouns, and what are you going to talk about today?
I am Eric. My pronouns, I try not to do them. I prefer to be referred to by name, and I'm going to talk about being non-binary.
Could you give us a non-binary 101?
To talk about non-binary, you kind of have to understand gender as a whole. Gender as a whole, it's a social role which is assigned to you, but not based on like your personality or what you want to do, but based upon your presentation, I suppose. That's the best way I can think about it. And then being non-binary is not really wanting that and not really associating with it either.
Could you please give us a brief description of what being non-binary means to you personally?
Being non-binary to me personally means being able to express my personality in the way in which I interact with my peers in society, like as a whole. Being able to dress how I want and not conforming to specified ideas of masculine or feminine looks, wearing my makeup how I want, and expressing my personality how I want it to be, rather than having a predetermined set of like responses that I have to conform to.
How did being non-binary affect you growing up?
So growing up, I didn't really associate that well with my peers. Being assigned male meant that I was kind of pushed down a road of lad culture, and I just didn't associate with it. But at the same time, I didn't associate with or like relate to many of my other peers, even though they may have been my friends. So it was confusing for me growing up, but now that I've learned about it at university and through my friends, I understand it better, and I understand myself better as a result.
Have you felt you've been marginalised or stereotyped due to being non-binary?
One time I was playing an ice hockey game and it was getting quite volatile, and I heard after the fact that I'd been referred to by a slur. I didn't understand why that slur in particular, but it was just confusing and aggravating. They apologized sometime afterwards, but it was just not a respectable way of conducting yourself, even though tensions might have been high.
Has anything like this happened at the university, or have you felt quite accepted?
By and large, I've been entirely accepted. I've been able to express myself how I want to, because at the university we're all here by our own merits. You can't push someone away just because they don't want to conform to your predetermined standards. You can express yourself how you wish because you are there for the same reason as everybody else, and you have the same right to be there as everybody else.
Can you do some myth busting about stereotypes surrounding non-binary identity?
Non-binary, as it's represented on like social media or however, it's often seen to be quite prescriptive on how you're meant to present. So being androgynous, being skinny, or not having a beard, not having short hair or long hair, whatever. As I've learned more about it, I've learned that really none of it applies because, at least in my case, it's personalized, it's bespoke, so to speak, and everybody's journey is different, and they don't have to present how you want or interact in any of the same ways that someone else might.
How can the people around you and the university do better?
One of the easiest things to do to just be welcoming and accepting and just a nice person is to just ask someone's pronouns and how they want to be referred to in the conversation, be it the pub or wherever. It's really very easy to ask someone's pronouns. No one's going to be offended by it. I've literally never seen someone be offended by me asking their pronouns. But beyond that, one of the things about how you enroll is if you have been estranged, and obviously that's a risk for people who are coming out as something new and weird to a number of people who do associate with their gender easily. But it works after the fact. If you only get the support after you've come out, where coming out is the most dangerous part for anybody, then it wouldn't be as helpful as it would have been if it was preventative. So I think the idea of a grant would be quite good. So just something to support people in case they get estranged from their family, that would be helpful. The uni could definitely do better as a whole. In the university is great at capitalizing off of the alphabet mafia or whatever, the LGBTQIA plus, in terms of like merchandise and painting pillars and stuff like that. That's great, but substantively, it doesn't do a great job at supporting people who need that beyond having societies do it for them.
How do you feel the media represents non-binary people?
I don't think the media represents people well, really, at all. Non-binary gender as an idea is fairly new to the public consciousness, and so both the news and articles and movies and TV are definitely playing catch up, and they're really not really fast in getting caught up, really, to my perspective at least.
Is there anything else you'd like to say, or anything you'd like anyone to know about being non-binary?
Being non-binary isn't about how you look, it's about how you feel. Presenting how you wish, to me, felt like uncomfortable at first, and I was like, this feels weird. But as I got more comfortable with dressing how I wanted to, it became a lot easier. So if you want to present however you want, you don't feel pressured to present or interact in any prescribed way. It's your journey, and it's up to you to decide how you want to deal with your own identity and how you interact with society as a whole. Being non-binary and your own expression and understanding of your gender is understanding yourself, and everybody goes on different journeys at different paces, so don't feel pressured to take it as at a sped up or slow down pace. It's your journey, do it how you wish.